Hello and welcome to Drag Race Data. I am your Drag Race Data Diva. I've been doing a lot of research and looking back on season 17 now that it's over, and I became really curious about where it was filmed. For years, the main show of Drag Race has been filmed at Delfino Studios, but that changed for season 17. I'm sure many of you may have noticed the brand new main stage, and it's got that massive runway and the big black background and the giant LED screens. Well, that's all filmed on a new stage, and I was curious where it was. So where was season 17 filmed, and what about earlier seasons? Well, I went digging through my data archive to find out. All right, let's take a trip back to 2009 and season 1 of Drag Race. The exact filming location is a bit of a mystery. A few different people have said a few different things. Some have even joked that it was filmed in the basement of World of Wonder production headquarters. World of Wonder, for those of you that don't know, is the production company behind RuPaul's Drag Race. And yeah, some people said that it was filmed in the basement. I don't know if that's true, but what we do know is that the executive producers have talked about it. They did an interview with Paper Magazine, and they talked about how small that first set was. And they said, quote, "We couldn't laugh out loud or the girls would hear us on stage. During deliberations, the Safe Queen sat in a hallway just outside the broom closet we were using as a control room. We became obsessed with watching the Safe Queens kick off their shoes, loosen their corsets, and gossip about what just happened on the runway." End quote. It's unclear exactly where Drag Race was shot over the next few seasons, but at some point it did move to Hollywood Center Studios in Hollywood, which is now called Sunset Las Palmas. It's an adorable little studio backlot on Santa Monica Boulevard that goes back to the glory days of Hollywood. Many shows have been filmed on these stages here, including I Love Lucy. I've been on shoots many times at this stage. Like I said, it's adorable, it's charming, it's very tiny, and it's right in the heart of Hollywood. And this is where RuPaul's Drag Race filmed, here on stages 5 and 6. You can see shots of this lot on the Untucked seasons from seasons 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's also where Adore Delano walked out on All Stars 2, and Michelle came out to talk to her. This is where it happened, at Sunset Las Palmas. But starting in season 10, RuPaul's Drag Race moved to a different stage that was much bigger, called Delfino Studios. Delfino Studios is not in Hollywood. It's actually in Sylmar, California. Sylmar is over the hill, as we say. It's north of Hollywood, and it's in the valley, deep valley. It's in a really industrial part of the valley. I've been there before, and when I got off the freeway, I thought for sure I was in the wrong spot. There are train tracks everywhere, lots of warehouses. This is not the idea of what you think when you think of Hollywood, but that's because it's not in Hollywood. It's in Sylmar. This is where the main stage, the workroom, and Untucked were all filmed. If you want to see the stage, you can watch episodes of Untucked beginning with season 6. The episodes actually start with shots of the studios outside. And then, of course, we see the scenes of the Queen driving away in the van at the end of Untucked. That's all shot at Delfino Studios. And this is where the show stayed all the way through season 16. But here's where things get interesting. Season 16 was still shot at Delfino Studios, but in season 16, we got the Lollapalooza for the very first time, and the Lollapalooza was shot on a different stage. We know this for several reasons, because the stage looks completely different, but Mama Ru also starts off the episode by welcoming everyone, and she literally says, "Welcome to the new and improved main stage." So that's where that was shot. We didn't get that stage full time until season 17, and that's when it appears the entire production moved to a new location. This new stage is much bigger, it's much more high tech with giant LED screens in the background. So just where is this stage located? Well, I did some digging, and it turns out it's pretty close to Delfino Studios. It's filmed at Quixote North Valley Studios. If you're from the LA area, you've probably seen or are familiar with Quixote. They're a big studio production company. They've got studios all over town. They also do a lot of field shoots, so you may have seen their trailers all over the place that say Quixote on them. Anyway, the studio facility at Quixote is much newer than Delfino, and it's just a few miles from Delfino Studios. It's not in Silmar, though, it's in Pacoima. The main set is on stage 17. We know this because Candy Muse posted a photo outside the elephant doors of the stage on Instagram when she was there for the Villains Roast. And you can see the stage with the same doors from their website. And if you look close, you can also see where Spray Paint Gate happened. That was in episode 6. Lexi had a meltdown right outside here. This is where they were spray painting. And then in Untucked, we see scenes of stage 20, which is right next door. So that's probably the stage where Untucked is filmed. But we don't see the queens driving away like we used to. So there you have it. All locations of RuPaul's Drag Race revealed. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Bye for now, divas.